A tree grows in the center of a green meadow, where it has stood for nearly a century. An oak, proud of its species, secure in its place in the scheme of time and the universe. Over the decades, it has seen the seasons change and the land evolve from wilderness to farmland. How many thousands of years, hundreds of generations, did the oak grow wild while nature shaped the characteristics allowing it to survive? At the same time, in another part of the world, slowly, painfully, wild desert forged the qualities of the Arabian horse. Along with powerful limbs and stamina, the desert demanded courage, intelligence, athletic skill, and a bold spirit capable of winning the respect and love of man. That too was necessary for the survival of the Arabian horse. Beneath the spreading branches of the Bentwood tree appears a creature who shares its ancient qualities: strength, endurance, and a certain perfect beauty. For what was once in the uncompromising hands of natural selection became the responsibility of the Arabian breeder. On the land where the Bentwood tree grows, there is a farm that has sought to consistently breed Arabians of uncompromising quality. The standard is here, in one of the great horses of this century, Ibn Moniet El Nefous. Bred in Egypt, he is now the leading sire in Bentwood Farm's breeding program. Ibn Moniet is a great horse in himself, but his value is due to something else as well: the confidence a breeder can have that he'll pass the best of himself to following generations. That confidence springs from a way of breeding that is dedicated, informed, and true to ideals first proven in Egypt more than 100 years ago. There, one family, including the Abbas Pasha, and in a later generation, Ali Pasha Sharif, gathered in their studs along the Nile what was perhaps the greatest collection of Arabian horses ever assembled. Their breeding methods recognized the importance of strains developed in the desert by Bedouin tribesmen for decades.
The real significance of what Abbas Pasha accomplished in Egypt resulted from his understanding of the family strains, which he learned from the Bedouin breeders in Arabia. The original family strain was known as Kahilan, and it was characterized by being a horse of larger body construction, heavily muscled, and very correct in bone structure. The family strain, which created a tremendous amount of excitement in the early 19th century, was known as Saklawi Jadran of Ibn Sudan, or the Saklawi strain. This strain is characterized by extreme athletic ability, longer body, level croup and high tail carriage, endurance, and stamina. Developing from the Saklawi strain was a strain known as Daman Shawan. The Daman strain is a horse of a little bit closer body type, a little smaller, a shorter head with a large eye, and a very even disposition. The 19th century breeders analyzed their horses very carefully, systematically breeding to improve qualities and to correct faults. They did a considerable amount of inbreeding and line breeding, pure in the strain breeding, and crossing various strains with each other to continue to improve qualities. And so, over the generations, the strains were preserved, even strengthened, as breeders concentrated in the Egyptian the finest qualities of the Arabian horse.
Among the legendary Egyptians was a Saklawi mare, Moniet El Nefous, one of the greatest and most prepotent mares of modern Arabian breeding. Her finest son, Ibn Moniet El Nefous, is the heart and soul of Bentwood's breeding program.
What we're trying to do here at Bentwood is to reenact and reestablish the same principles of breeding, the same kind of program that the Egyptians started when they began to bring horses out of Arabia in the early 19th century. And of course, the real it all is Abbas Pasha. And going back to his program and his emphasis on the family strains, the #1 goal of our farm has been to acquire a group of mares that would be as nearly pure in the strain as possible for each of the major family strains, and to have stallions who would correspondingly represent those various strains from the sire's side of a pedigree. That then gives us the opportunity to bring together stallions and mares and breed either pure in the strain or to breed whatever mixtures of the strain we may want to breed. This gives us a total flexibility to stay pure in the strain and to make infinite numbers of crosses of the family strains. That's the main reason we have as many mares and stallions as we do here at the farm.
This is Na ibn Moniet, son of Ibn Moniet El Nefous. He is exactly the horse the breeder envisioned, a strong Saklawi type, combined with the best traits of his Kahailan dam. Na ibn has the elegant Moniet look, the courage and intelligence, the heart of the Saklawi strain. Already, Na ibn has proven himself a sire of uncompromising quality. His offspring have inherited refinement, elegance, and type. Without exception, great breeding stallions come from great mares. Na ibn Moniet's mother, Rufa. She is the product of the famous Babson breeding program, a Kahailan mare who has won national top 10 honors and consistently produced foals of exceptional quality.
Babson blood is some of the most valuable blood that we have to work with today in Egyptian breeding. In 1932, Henry Babson imported 6 horses from Egypt, 1 stallion and 5 mares. With a great deal of foresight, he and his followers have bred these mares and this stallion very closely. Various forms of line breeding and inbreeding have been accomplished.
Nefusa, an Ibn Moniet daughter, is also out of a Babson mare. Crossed with the Moniet line, Saklawi and Kahailan are combined, creating a kind of hybrid vigor. Offspring consistently inherit elegance, athletic ability, and electrifying presence.
And today, Babson blood is an important resource for crossing all types of Egyptian bloodlines to that particular type of breeding. It is extremely strong, extremely potent, and very significant to all of us.
Often these qualities are so strong, they are apparent even in the young. A.K. El Maalouf. Already as a yearling son of Ibn Moniet, he has a dominating character and the look of his sire. Maalouf displays the athletic ability typical of his dam's Kahailan strain, along with intelligence, grace, and the bold spirit of the Saklawi. It is the consistency reflected in Maalouf that makes pure Egyptians of high quality the most esteemed horses in the Arabian world. That value, of course, isn't confined to direct offspring. Intelligent breeding is designed to preserve and even enhance it from generation to generation. This Ibn Moniet daughter, Monica, is again out of a Babson mare. Monica is proving herself a near priceless broodmare. Her splendid colt, Shah Halim, is by the famous Nazir's son, Ansata ibn Halima. The strong Daman blood of Ansata ibn Halima has been combined with that of Ibn Moniet to produce a number of outstanding foals at Bentwood, among them Atala. Atala has the classic head and eye of her sire, the spirit and intelligence of her grandsire, Ibn Moniet. Fa Halima, an Ansata ibn Halima daughter out of a Babson mare, is Daman in both her sire and dam lines. Again, one sees the consistency of great Egyptians. She possesses a classic Daman beauty, as well as the refinement and function you see in only the finest Arabians. As a broodmare, she has produced a number of superb stallions, and in the show ring, she has excelled. In 1980, Halima was named U.S. National Champion Mare. Moniet El Sharaf. No individual more perfectly expresses the ideals of Bentwood Farm's breeding program. He is the result of careful line breeding, carrying 3 lines to Moniet El Nefous and 3 to the renowned Egyptian stallion Nazir. That concentration of pedigree assures prepotency. His offspring will most surely inherit the dominant qualities of 2 of the greatest Arabian lines in our time. The Egyptian is valuable within Egyptian lines and also as an outcross for other Arabians. An intelligently planned outcross program consistently produces, through hybrid vigor, exceptional individuals. Among those bred at Bentwood is Zara. Granddaughter of Ibn Moniet, she has been reserve national champion in Canada and at age 3, a U.S. national top 10 mare. Bentwood has never bred horses with an eye to winning trophies, but the Egyptian is a natural champion. This is Princess of Egypt, another Egyptian outcross, daughter of Ibn Moniet, and one of the great show mares of this century. Not only has she won national top 10 in 4 performance events, but she won it all in the same year. In addition, Princess of Egypt may be the only living Arabian to hold prominent championships on 3 continents: Europe, Australia, and North America. Moniet El Seen has also been a national top 10 and Class A champion many times over. From his father, Ibn Moniet, he has inherited the heart, stamina, and courage of a great performer. And from the desert, through the Moniet line, he possesses the kind of excitement one only experiences with a born athlete. Bentwood Farm has chosen the Egyptian horse because Egyptians have a special value in the Arabian horse world. They possess the most historic pedigrees, and yet are rare. Less than 1% of all Arabians are straight Egyptian. Most important is the unique place this horse has in the scheme of time and the universe. Like the Bentwood tree, the Egyptian horse has accepted an environment created by civilization. He is secure here, and in a sense even dominates, for his very presence seems to carry a message that is a rare link between man and nature. I am your equal, a wild creature born of the wind, and will be respected. In time, I may be your intimate, but never your possession. Mine is a fierce love and warrior spirit, which cannot be humiliated in punishment or defeated even in death. For my spirit lives on in my children's children.